Good evening, brothers, sisters, and gender norm resistors. It's time for some more Call of the Elder Gods with me, your host, Ollamh. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, we are back. We have found what I'm guessing is an alien. That is the kind of what they seem to be kind of pointing to is. These aren't gods. The black ichor isn't the blood of the gods. That is what the ancient civilization thought it was. Mostly because they were very simplistic in their understanding. So what's going on is this asteroid, they thought an asteroid fell from the heavens, that it was like the gods sending a message, and it started leaking black ichor. This black ooze that they could this one civilization at least could use to turn themselves into like fish people. What it actually was apparently it might have been a spaceship that landed on Earth. And the black ooze is their energy source, their power. And there is one group of an ancient civilization that kind of worked with their engineer to try and repair everything and take these statues, fill them with the black ichor, and turn them into a power source, and make use of that power source. Come to find out, in towards the end of World War II, the Nazis found a frozen creature underneath this spaceship, and were trying to talk to it. They were experimenting with the black ooze. They turned it into a gas, which turns it into like this violent smoke-like monster. And we just now got down into their dig site where there is a frozen creature of some sort. We're assuming it's an alien, but we don't really know yet. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the game, shall we?
What is this place? It looks like the heart of Project Kronos.
Could be. Do you think we gave that horrid thing the slip?
I really hope so. After seeing what that black smoke can do to humans, I wouldn't want... What the hell? How did that thing get out?
No time for questions now! Run, Professor! Run!
No,
Quick,
that's a fair
the bunker
question.
door.
How did it get out?
Help me close it, Evangeline! Damn it. That was close.
I hope this chamber is shut tight.
If not, we better find another exit. Otherwise, we're trapped in here.
So yeah, I would like to know how that thing got out. Cause yeah, that we had it trapped, and it spent like it spent years trapped in a room. And it just broke out of this other room that we trapped it in with easily.
Lord Almighty.
Evie recognized the gigantic creature at once. It was the same one she had seen in her visions.
Look at the size of that creature.
Harry remained silent. He was in shock, but not because the sight of that creature bewildered him. Quite the opposite. Something about it felt disturbingly familiar.
So yes, trapped in the ice, there is this big giant creature that apparently the Nazis thought it was still alive.
So the Nazis called the black smoke things polyps.
Yeah, we knew that. That bastard Stahl has disappeared with the tome and has let the polyp loose. He has doomed us all. We should never have trusted him. December 6th, 1942. Dalmier's mind link device functioned, but this creature refuses to communicate with us. It merely speaks in the same unintelligible gibberish again and again. We have managed to isolate 2 words, Nakotas and Dr. West.
They're talking about a tome here.
That book they're talking about. It must have been the one Bowen had me decipher back in Providence.
After breaching the craft, Stahl and his men discovered a massive tome within. We do not know whether it is a logbook of some sort or an instruction manual. In any case, it is written in an unknown language. I must attempt to decipher it.
Looks like this message never got sent.
Are they really going to shut the program down? How can they be so foolish? Otto understood our vision. If the Fuhrer will not believe in what we are doing, I shall find someone who will. Right, and some of those people that were working on this also went on to be brought over by the Stars Society.
Apparently, the Nazis tried to communicate with that creature.
Since no panel or sensor of any kind is present on the craft, the creature does not appear anatomically equipped to produce sound. I theorize that it controls the vessel by means of some form of cerebral alignment. I have designed a prototype apparatus to, in essence, attune the creature's brain activity. This should enable direct communication with it. The procedure entails identifying 4 distinct cerebral wave frequencies inherent to the human brain, designated A, B, C, and D, which corresponds to those observed in the frozen specimen, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I shall seek General Adler's authorization for its construction. Okay, and then there's the door to the ship, I have a feeling.
This looks like the entrance to that...
Harry finally resigned himself to their situation, bizarre as it was.
flying saucer. But it's sealed shut.
Yeah, probably because it needs the creature to open it. So yeah, there's the device that it was trying to use, that they were trying to use to talk to it. All right, let's go up onto the gantry here. Four different alignment, 4 different brain waves.
This seat is what the Nazis used to try to communicate with the creature.
All right, there's no time to waste. Try connecting me to that machine, Professor.
Evie knew perfectly well that the professor was about to rattle off a whole list of reasons why they shouldn't go through with it, but she had neither the time nor the patience to listen to them.
And before you say anything, yes, Professor, we have to do it. Because we're trapped in here. And yes, Professor, it does have to be me. Because I'm the one who has dreamed of that creature. And the one who understands its language. I know you're trying to protect me. But I need you to trust me. Just this once?
Before the argument had even started, Harry had to concede defeat.
You're impossible, do you know that?
So if we pull this switch,
seems to power the machine connected to the chair. You can sit down, Evangeline. This apparatus identifies matching brainwave patterns between Evangeline and that creature.
okay, so A3 B2.
Another brainwave match.
Good.
So D goes with 3 and 4. All right. So if we look at what we've got here, A3 is A3 and C2 match, B2 and D3 match, and C4 and D4 match. All right. So we've got all of those.
Geeignet means suitable, and untauglich means unsuitable.
It must refer to the brainwaves.
So like A3 and C2. So if we say B... All right, but like C4 and D4... Okay, so for different, so A3... So B1 is the only one that's different. All right, so B1 is different. C2 and C4... So... A and C, B and D. So B2 and D3 are the same. And A3 and C2 are the same. But we need 4 different brainwaves. So if we start with B1, now see B2, so then D3, C4. There we go.
Looks like everything is set.
So now
So
everything's on
whenever you're
different
ready.
waves.
Go ahead.
Evie found herself, in the literal blink of an eye, in a completely different place. And it would happen to her more than once that day. As she tried to figure out what was happening, a strange but familiar voice startled her.
Evie. Velkonul. Na cartoon. Vekra.
I have been waiting for you for millions of years, it said.
Are you?
Thalvek. Kornafu.
I am the great engineer of Nakotis. After so much trouble, Evie was finally before the great engineer. It was her one chance to ask everything she needed to know.
I need answers. What do you want from me? What do you want me to do?
Veltur Nagra.
Everything is set. You must close the loop.
Close the loop? What are you talking about?
Vekwanul. Torkan.
Take my ship.
Vector
Travel to Nakotis, the Nakotis of your time.
Cantor
Stop, Bowen.
Ithra
My race will be saved.
Why did you choose me?
Why me? Why did you choose me?
Cora Doctor Uwe
It wasn't me. It was Dr. West who chose you.
What? But what am I supposed to do? I'm just...
Vector
You can close the loop. You must close the loop.
Right. How come I can understand you?
I can understand your language. How is that possible?
Cora
Your mind in my body. My mind in your body.
How is... When did that happen?
Veltor
When you were in Nakotis. The Nakotis of my time.
Okay.
Do you want me to... Is there any way I can set you free?
Volcana
You will do it when you close the loop. Or maybe you did it when you closed the loop. The complex Yithian language made no distinction between verb tenses. Therefore, that sentence could be understood as an instruction given in the past, present, and future alike.
Where is Nakotis?
But how am I going to do that? Where is the Nakotis of my time?
Veltora
You need to remember its location. Remember.
Remember it? How?
Vecra Everard Corveltur.
Hearing that, Evie was left speechless. Follow Everhart's instructions. Evie didn't have time to ask another question, because in the blink of an eye,
She
she
was back.
found herself once
Oh.
again in that stone city from her dreams, millions of years in the past. Except now she knew it wasn't a dream. It was a memory.
My hands. Heavens. Look at my hands.
Those Yithian appendages could hardly be called hands, but that was how Evie perceived them.
Okay, so yeah, the mind transfer thing worked.
This was part of my information exchange with the Yithians. I believed I had to tell the Yithians everything about my time in exchange for my freedom, but I was wrong.
Indeed, Yithians merely use the knowledge of others to plan their own decisions, in the future and in the past.
In my time, 1956, advanced experiments are being conducted with nuclear power. Its principle is based on the fission of the atom, a process that releases an amount of energy 1,000,000 times greater than that of traditional fuels. Since the war, nuclear fission has been applied for military purposes, but it's also being studied for civilian use to produce electricity. There are ongoing projects to build controlled reactors that could supply entire cities without the need for conventional fuels.
Looks like I also took notes of what happened here in Nakotis.
The creatures that inhabit this city, who claim to belong to the great race of Yith, employ an exceedingly complex system of transportation. All energy appears to be powered by a peculiar black fluid which they handle with extreme caution and store in statue-shaped stone containers. This place is fascinating.
I can't believe I couldn't remember this amazing view of the towers of Nakotis.
Thankfully, they're kind of, sort of built like humans?
Find Everhart's notes and follow them.
Right, which Everhart?
Where are Everhart's notes? Where can I find them?
Well, I'm guessing following the path will be good.
I always thought my dreams didn't take place here on Earth, but now I understand that this is how Earth used to be, millions of years ago.
Specifically, when the Earth's landmass was fused into one continent, Pangaea.
These ceilings sure are high.
Evie suddenly remembered the colossal corridors and massive stone slabs of the great library of Nakotis.
Okay.
What is this thing? I remember it. Whoa! My goodness! I'd forgotten about these light conveyor belts.
Okay, so some kind of a control. Looks like they were...
That seems to be a mammoth, late Pliocene, 2.5 million years ago.
Okay.
The same constellation I saw in my dreams. It must be important if they built this lookout for it.
So yeah, that's the question I have is which Everhart's notes are we talking about? Are we talking about Harry or Nora's?
I remember this. I went to the Great Library every day. I believe I've seen some of these murals around here.
The murals depict creatures from the Cambrian to the Quaternary period, but no further. I do not understand why. Are they incapable of going beyond that point? The only explanation is that something really important must have happened during our era. Perhaps something in our time limits their ability to travel mentally through time. I could try asking the great engineer, although he is very reluctant to speak about the future.
Look at all of these volumes. All that knowledge. I wish I could come back here someday and read through all of these. Wow. Is this some kind of time location finder? Unbelievable.
Nakotic Archive 9. Central map instructions. Non-static astronomical representation. By providing a constellation and an era, the map returns the spatial coordinates corresponding to a specific location. Required data, constellation, and desired era. Expected result, output of the spatial coordinates corresponding to that temporal era.
This mural doesn't look like decoration, but I'm not sure what it represents.
I'm gonna guess a timeline? Alright, so the murals refer to the eras.
This is the professor's handwriting. He really was in Nakotis.
So yeah, the solar system. So those respond to the different the different planets. Yeah.
Another note from the professor.
Where the hell am I? Why do I keep dreaming of this strange place? When I wake up, I'm still on the island, and every night I return here. None of this has anything to do with Nora, does it? Well, kind of, sort of, yeah, but not really. The Time-Space Observatory operates using these symbols. Numbers? Is there an order? They must relate to the eras of Earth.
This observatory must be used to find the constellations associated with a specific time and location.
Okay, so the Narcotic Archive 7... No, yeah, 7. Instructions for use of the Spatio-Temporal Observatory. By providing a determined planet and era, it returns the constellation associated with that point in space-time continuum. Data to be entered, planet and desired area, expected result, display of constellation pattern associated with requested space-time point. So, yeah, if we have the planet and the era, we get the constellation. Then we take the constellation and the desired era, and we find the and that will give us the location.
This is the altar I worked in. Looks like I deciphered the numeric coding of the Yithians.
So these numbers aren't random symbols, they're numbers. Notes from the other visitor from my time seem to have suggested the same. Must be a brilliant individual. Okay, so 1, 2, and then this is 6, so 3 times 2. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how this could be 7. Hello there, Curious. Welcome. So we found out that apparently these aliens don't quite live in a linear time. They can actually transport through time and space, and both Evie and Harry have traveled back to their civilization on Earth, or on Earth back in Pangea time before, and that's where we are right now. So, right, 1, 2. So that would be 2. That would be 4. But how is that 7?
This is the ink I used to write with.
Okay.
I don't understand this language.
Well, that's unusual. So yeah, Harry's been here. Harry was here and dreamed of this place, but was being transported here when he was on the island. All right, let's go up to the upper level here.
Tyrannosaurus rex, a dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, 68 million years ago. A Dimetrodon from the early Permian, 270 million years ago.
So we need to find all of those murals, because the murals give us access to the eras, the different eras that we can go to.
Everything is so beautiful here.
Okay, so now there's a human.
I suppose this mural refers to us, Homo sapiens. We appeared roughly 300,000 years ago, in the Middle Pleistocene.
Evie remembered the Dark Towers and understood where the Ithians drew their energy from. Somehow, they synthesized the black ooze and used it as fuel, but that meant that down there, confined within multiple levels of chambers and trapdoors never opened, lay the black smoke polyps.
Right, so is the black smoke basically what kind of like... essentially what produces the black ooze? Okay, so you are the observatory. So if we take a look here and we say ball with with the wind kind of coming off of it and a circle above. Yes, you. Now we want to say... Okay, so that'll show... constellations for Earth. All right. But can we change the era that we're looking at? Okay, so we... I think we're missing one, so at least once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Numbers and eras are related, right. But there's nothing like really telling us which era that goes to. So there's 3, there's 4. So that's 5, 6, 7. Okay, so well, let's see here. Well, they would have to be. All right, I think I understand it. Let's go to 0. So we have 1. So we have 0, 1, 2. Okay. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3. And then 10. So it's a base 4. It's a base 3 numbering system. So you go 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 10, which would be our 4, and then 11, 12. But then it jumps. So there is no 6? That's really kind of weird. That is really weird. Like, yeah, it's just, it's not quite... Like, I kind of get it, but it's not quite... It's a little weird. It is a little weird. But yeah, we've got 1, 2, and then 3, and then one of these would be 4, 5, 6. And then, okay, so yeah, so 1, 2, 3, and then 4 would be with the circle. That would be 10. Then 5 would be this, which would be their 11. Our 6 would be their 13. Or no, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it would. It'd be 10, 11, 12. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then yeah, okay. So yeah, it would be I think it's basically it's a base 6 or base 3 numbering system. I think that's what we're looking at here. It's just a little wonky. It's a little it's not it's a little different than a numbering system, but I think I can figure it out. But we need to find the other murals like this guy, which we need to find all the murals.
That's an ammonite. Cephalopods that lived during the Devonian period, 400 million years ago.
Okay, so that should be, so yeah, see, we've got 5 different eras. All right. So that was back to where we woke up.
Look at how tiny that Dimetrodon looks now.
So that's got to be where they are right now. So they are in this era right now. Okay, so with that information, we know what era we're in. We know we can look at this one and see where that constellation comes up. Okay. So I think we have all the information we need in order to figure this shit out. So we know what kind of creatures we have that are hanging out with us. Eight. All right, so we should have, Earth should still be selected, so we have 5 eras, and then we narrow it down by the number. And they can't go in, they don't go any further than our time. That would make sense. All right, so let's try number 2, and this sends you up. So there we are. That is... So where we are right now is...
Yes! This is the constellation I've been looking for.
So that is where we are during this period. So the constellation will be right there. And I went with 2 because it is the second there. So we are looking for number 5. Which would be a line with a circle and a 1 line under it. So that should be era 5. So if you go presenting things out there, I think what we're looking for is... All right. So we know the planet. So yeah, the planet and the era gives us the constellation. The constellation and the desired era will give us the new location. Okay. So with that, we should be able to tell it, hey, take us to... So if we come along here... And we come in here and up to this one... All right, so... We're looking for a globe, 2 wavy lines, and that. So, yeah. Yeah, that one was a mammoth. So then we want a 5. So we will say there. 2 of those, 1 of those. Oh, so we need to lock that in like that. Yes.
Eight, 9, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I remember now. Those were the coordinates.
Okay, so those are the coordinates for Nakotis in their time.
Great engineer. I know where to find the Nakotis of my time, but all I have are Yithian coordinates. And there's no way out of here. There's one of those black smoke polyps on the other side of the chamber door.
Take my vessel.
What? The vessel? You mean the spaceship?
Evie's heart skipped a beat. Piloting a flying saucer was something straight out of a science fiction novel.
But the vessel door won't open. How am I supposed to...
Your mind is now fully synchronized with the Yithians. Travel to Nakotis. Stop, Bowen. Close the loop.
But what about you? I can't just leave you trapped here.
It is irrelevant. Close the loop.
If you close the
And with
loop,
those
he won't be
final
caught
words,
here.
As Evangeline blinked, she found herself standing before Harry, back inside the Spitzbergen bunker again.
Evangeline? Can you hear me? Are you all right?
Yes, Professor. I'm here. I'm just a little bit dizzy.
Well, did you manage to talk with that thing? What did you find out?
We have to use the spaceship to get out of here.
What? How? Did that creature give you a crash course in flying saucers or something?
No,
Kind of?
It's not that, but you have to trust me again, Professor.
Harry realized there wasn't much of a choice. It was that or remain trapped in that chamber forever.
So yeah, Harry remembers that thing because he was teleported to their time when he was on the island.
Look around, Professor. Isn't this fascinating?
There doesn't seem to be any power. You sure you can pilot this spaceship?
I'm not sure pilot is the right word, Professor.
I'm not even sure ship is the right word. This looks more like a building than a vehicle.
And I'm not sure space is entirely what we're going to be traveling through. It can travel through space and time. So you enter in specific coordinates and you should be able to teleport to, like teleport to Nakotis back when these things...
There surely has to be a starter somewhere, right?
Well, let's go. Why are there human things here? The Nazis actually got into this place? I'm kind of curious how, but okay, sure. All right, so the offshoots don't have... Watch your footing there, Professor.
Evie recognized a platform very similar to the one in the refinery beneath the Virginia caves, and understood what she had to do.
So
Look,
stand
Professor,
here.
it's working. The spaceship is powered up now.
All right,
Damn
so
it, where's the steering wheel?
It probably doesn't need one.
you just enter in coordinates. So 8, 9... Okay, so we need to figure out all of the numbers up to 9. So if this is 1, and then 2, and 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. Then we have a line with a circle at the end is 4. Line with a circle and a second line under it is 5. Line with a circle, 3 is 6. 7 is 2 lines with circles. That's 7. So 8 would be a line with a circle, a line with a circle, and a line. And 9 would be 3 lines with 3 each ended with a circle. So I'm thinking that is how the numbers go. Hello, welcome. Okay, and the number we need is 8, 9, 3, 4, 5. All right. Let's make sure we've got that. So this one needs to be 3 lines.
It looks like an autopilot, but it doesn't just maintain altitude and course. It moves towards specific coordinates, which they express with numbers.
Okay, then we go down. That's 9. We go down one more, and 3. 4. 5.
I think I've got it. I've set the navigation system to the coordinates of Nicotis. There you are, Professor. The steering wheel.
Looks like one. Sort of.
Can you help me with this, please?
Right, which way are we turning?
Buckle up, Professor. Hey,
Whoa! Whoa!
Professor,
I think we
find
got
something
it.
to hang on to.
Hey, it's moving! Look, it's breaking the ice! So where are we headed?
To Nicotis, or what's left of it. Those dreams you had about that place? They weren't dreams. You were there, millions of years ago.
Millions of years ago? What are you talking about?
The great race of Yith can transfer its mind to the past, present, or future. At some point, they exchanged minds with you. Good heavens. Can you imagine what that must be like? To move freely
I
through...
can imagine what the Nazis would have done if they'd gained that power. And don't forget, that Stahl fella still is among Bowen's gang of kooks. I'm not sure which I hate more, kooks or Nazis. In any case, I don't think anyone should meddle with that knowledge. As I've told you before, there are things we shouldn't... Evangeline, can you hear me? Evangeline? Oh, for heaven's sake, what's happening to you now?
I think she's gone back in time. Or
Time and space?
Evangeline found herself in an unfamiliar place in an instant. For the 4th time in just a few hours.
Oh, come on. Now what? What's going on?
The difference was that this place didn't look like a Nicotic construction at all. Nor was she inside the body of an alien creature. It just looked like the future.
Why am I connected to this machine? And is this... This isn't my body. Where am I?
Evie jolted in shock. If she was in this body, then who was with Harry on the spaceship to Nicotis?
that's a good question.
All the cables seem to lead to that room.
So I'm feeling like this is the future in the current cycle that they were talking about. So what it is that there's a basically everything's working in a specific cycle until we break the cycle, and then time is going to stretch out linearly again. This is whatever Bowen and his crew wind up doing in the future.
Evie didn't know whether to cry for help or stay silent. But what she saw when she opened the door left no room for doubt.
Oh no. That's Caleb Bowen.
So Bowen had gotten his way after all. How else could he be leading a top-secret research project for the government? And then Evie thought of something worse. What if Dr. West was none other than Caleb Bowen himself?
Right, in recognition of his support, Project Archive, Brain Research and Development, Providence, Rhode Island. So yeah, that's what I figured was this is the future where Bowen gets his hands on on this alien technology and is able to do all kinds of weird and funky shit.
I wonder what on earth the Project Archive is.
Project Archive is a complete success. The reversible cognitive pattern transfer prototype has proven more reliable since we installed the connectors. Without a doubt, the information provided by Bowen back in the day really helped us prevent potential failures. it's trying to archive and keep research on all the on Earth history.
A computer that connects to other computers. They must have used really advanced Yithian technology to create this.
Not quite. Not really. It's Internet access is restricted within Project Archive. If necessary, request authorization to access the network. All information will be monitored. The use of external storage devices is strictly prohibited. Sincerely, the Project Archive Management Team.
Is this a computer? That's small? But the ENIAC model at Miskatonic takes up an entire room.
Yes. Technology has advanced a lot further. Oh, come on now. That... You're not curious about the mini coffee machine? All right, Dr. West. Dr. West.
This machine is a mind-swapping device, just like the Yithians.
Yeah. Come on, we've already pieced it together. Dr. West, I'm pleased to inform you that, as you predicted, the wired connection has stabilized the core of the RCPT. I believe we'll be able to begin the mind transfer trials. So they can swap minds with people at various points of history in order to find out what really happened. And I think what winds up happening is they transfer with somebody, with one of the Yithians on that spaceship and may cause them to crash, perpetuating the cycle, which, it causes them to crash in the past, which causes their technology to be found by the Nazis and then by Bowen, and then Bowen creates this, etc., etc., etc. Normal time travel shenanigans. And the only reason it works is because they actually, broke away from using wireless connections.
Seems like instructions for that brain device.
A yellow light indicates that all cables are plugged into valid regions. Green light
Good.
indicates
That's useful.
that at least one cable is plugged into a valid socket. Red light indicates
So
cable...
this rule overrides another one. Interesting.
Okay, so a red light indicates that a cable is plugged into a region with no valid sockets. That would be kind of weird and wild, wouldn't it? Being able to swap minds with a... Okay, so yeah, we're back into here. Okay. All right, so red indicates that there is at least one cable that is plugged into a bad sector. We do not have a flashlight, which is a shame. Okay, so...
What kind of machine is this?
All right, there we go. That's got all of those plugged into accurate ones. Okay, so they're all plugged into valid ones. I get the feeling that this one is just invalid. All right. Now, do they have to be plugged into specific... Let me pick this one up. Okay, so at least one cable's plugged into a valid socket. Plugged into a region with no correct sockets. Okay. So we need to avoid this sector. Oh. So, are plugged into valid reasons, at least one cable's plugged into a valid socket. Okay, so they all need to be green, I think.
Okay, let's try
No?
again.
Okay, so that we're good there. And each side has to be plugged into a different. Okay. So we know that these two are good. That one is not. Those two are. All right. So we know that this is good. This is good. There we go.
Darn it. This isn't right.
Really? I am very much struggling to figure out what the hell you want from us with this. Hang on. Yeah, that just... I'm not sure what it's wanting from us there. All right. Let me see if I can get at least a little bit of a tip on what the hell it is we're looking for. Because I'm not sure what the end goal here is. Are we trying to get them all to green? I mean, I'm guessing we're trying to get them all to green.
No, this isn't working. Darn it. This isn't right. Okay, let's try again.
All right.
Yes. I did it.
Okay.
That mind-swapping device seems to be powered on again. I hope this works.
All right. Let's go swap our brains back then. Hopefully.
God, I hope this works. I need it to work. It's got to... Professor Everhart, listen carefully to what I have to tell you, please.
Evangeline, are you...
I am not Evangeline. I am Dr. West. Please, listen to me. You won't like what I'm about to say, but I need you to listen carefully and do exactly as I tell you. A greater plan is unfolding, and you must fulfill it to guarantee the survival of not only the human race, but of the space-time continuum itself.
What do you want
What the
from
hell
me?
do you want?
I told you, I am Dr. West, and I'm here to tell you what will happen from now on. You will reach the ruins of Nicotis, and you will find Caleb Bowen. Don't worry, you will stop him.
So we end up winning?
So in the end, the good guys win. Glad that still happens once in a while.
Hello
I'm
there,
not
Rich.
finished.
Welcome.
There is a price to pay for Bowen's defeat, and that is Evangeline's life.
What? You can't be serious.
I am. Evangeline has to sacrifice herself, Professor. It's the only way to stop Bowen and preserve the space-time continuum.
No chance, Harry thought. But he couldn't help wondering, if Dr. West really did know the future, could he actually be telling the truth?
Ah, okay. Yeah, that one, the statues in the Starry, the statues in the Starry Society was a bit of a pain.
Can't I at least think about it?
There is nothing to think about. Any other choice will mean Bowen's triumph and the collapse of the space-time continuum. There's no more time. But remember what I said. Evangeline must sacrifice herself.
Harry considered answering, but found nothing to say. Arguing with someone who could see the future was pointless.
I know you will do the right thing, Professor Everhart. After all, we've been through this before.
I misunderstood a few
Damn
of
it.
them myself.
I made it. I'm back. Professor, what happened?
Evangeline? Are you here with me?
Yes, it's me. I'm back.
What happened to you? Where did you...
I was in the future, I believe.
I understand that, Rich.
What happened
No
here?
worries there.
Someone pushed me out of my own body, Professor. Who was it?
Harry hesitated before answering. He knew his words might change what was about to happen.
Dr. West took over your body.
What? What for? What did he say?
For a brief instant, Harry thought of telling Evie about the sacrifice. But then he decided against it. That would only trouble her. And after all, Harry had already made up his mind. Or had he?
He said we're going to stop Bowen. We're going to make it.
Really? I don't know. Let's take that with a grain of salt for now.
Yeah.
I need to tell you something. I don't know if this Dr. West can be trusted. I'm not sure, but I think he works, or worked, with Bowen.
Was that true? If it was, that changed everything. Harry had to tell Evie the truth, right now.
Evangeline, listen.
Professor, look! The ship's slowing down! We're descending! This looks like...
The Pacific Ocean.
Nicotis is somewhere in the Pacific?
Looks like it.
Hold on, Professor. I think we're about to land.
Did we at least fly over Roswell? So yeah, we don't know who Dr. West is. We don't know... We don't know a lot of things.
Who would have thought this whole structure was actually a flying saucer, huh, Professor?
Well, it's not a saucer. It's not a
Red sand. This must be the Great Sandy Desert.
So we're in Australia. We crossed half the world in, what, half an hour at most?
For all his fascination with Yithian tech, Harry didn't answer. He was still debating whether to tell Evie what he'd discussed with Dr. West.
Yeah, I think sacrificing Evie may be the way to ensure the cycle. And that's what Dr. West is wanting.
Here we are. This is Nakota's.
Wow.
Yep, we're definitely in Australia. Fucking spiders everywhere.
Look, Professor. A camp.
Looks abandoned.
There's a book that apparently we can't look at.
What a fool.
Finally, some action. I knew backing the Starry Wisdom Society was a good idea. We're going to get whatever Pharaoh is after. Then he's going to introduce me to some bona fide big shots. Boy, I hope I get to meet Eisenhower.
Somehow the Yithians were able to store light and channel it through those lenses.
Light input, light output, mechanic device. Okay. Different
Apparently,
light channels.
Bowen's goons spent a good long while trying to force this massive stone door open.
Power at the glass sphere.
Thank you, Sherlock.
Mind the pattern and the angle.
I'll stay here, Professor. Let me know if you find anything.
All right, so... take a look for any further notes or anything.
So Stahl and Bowen had an argument. Big surprise.
It is just as Fornax found in the Virginia caves. The entrance to the settlement appears to be powered by black liquid. The spheres resonate at a frequency produced by the substance reaction, and from this, they generate geometric patterns. Most likely, this is the final security measure guarding access to the conscious transmitter. I could figure this out in no time if only Stahl and Bowen would stop arguing. Okay, so that's got a 2. Once the shape is correctly aligned, the button acts as a validation mechanism. Interesting.
Does this manipulate the shapes?
These controls allow full 2-axis rotation of the shapes rising out of the pool of black liquid. Okay.
This
We
is
hear
the Nazi who escaped from the radio station. I guess they ignored his warnings.
What does it say?
Never trust a Nazi, that's what.
We hear sounds beyond the door like the wind howling in terror. They make my blood run cold. I heard these same sounds in Project Kronos. The sounds are against nature, but if our calculations are right, the machine should be on the other side. Bowen is lost in his fantasies about pharaohs and ancient gods. Nonsense and superstition. I'm more practical. When the time comes, I'll use the machine for something that actually matters, whether he likes it or not. I'll fix the mistakes we made in the past.
Well, well, look at that.
Ever since he got some black ooze on him back at Harry's house, Eugene Kingsley's health had collapsed, and he died not long after reaching Australia.
What a shame. Dick. All right. So that has 2 balls down there, and I don't see any others. All right, and yeah, okay.
These controls seem to contain spheres of black ooze.
All right, but I'm not entirely sure what we're supposed to do here. Okay, so validation mechanism. All right, it looks like we are missing some... We are missing some notes here somewhere. Maybe we can come over and look at this one. All right, so... I don't know what these elements do. Almost looks like a mirror of some sort. Right, and there's another one up there.
That really looks like Nakal architecture.
Okay, so...
Seems she had a rare moment of good judgment.
Dr. Patricia Seckler might have been deeply interested in studying alien entities or mysterious flying polyps, but she wasn't willing to die for it.
Bowen, this is insane. I'm done. I'm done with your rituals, your masks, your aliases, and with your delusions. We won't find anything here besides death by the tendrils of those black smoke clouds. It's over. I'm leaving today. Don't try and talk me out of it. Farewell, Patricia.
This looks similar to the platform I used back on the island.
The tower's architecture differs from that of the other Nakotic constructions. Perhaps it's not part of this city. Reaching the top will not be easy. We can't exactly use a stepladder.
These symbols must mean something.
Well, symbols usually do mean something. Big question is what?
Well, looks like that did something. How can these lenses still be so perfectly polished after millions of years down here?
Yithian technology never ceased to fascinate Harry.
All right. Now we could bring this one over to here.
Did you see anything like this in your visions of Nakotis, Evangeline?
The Yithian use technology based on mirrors and light, but this is the first time I've seen a system this complex.
No,
What happened?
It isn't working.
Okay. What is that up there?
Nope, it isn't working.
All right. So what happens if we bring these around down to here? What's through here? Oh, this might be taking us up to where this one is. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. So then we should be able to angle this one down to here. Okay. Let's explore around it a little bit, see if there's anything we're missing. So then we bring it to here. And then we can bring it over to that one. So we do need to notate the symbols.
Symbols. Interesting.
let's angle this one over to here. Okay, so first and last are working at about a 90-degree angle. Aha! So we have a symbol. But if we look at it from this side and tilt your head, looks a lot like that symbol.
There are some carved symbols.
Didn't even see those the first time I... Okay, so... No, we do need to be over here. And this will take us up. So we need those symbols to create something.
Nope, it isn't working.
See, I get the feeling that there's one up there, but we need to get this.
Nope, it isn't working.
Wait, so what if we reverse that? So what if we reverse that so that the... Nope. So, all right, we have that. We know what that one is, so we need more targets like that. All right, so we need more places like that to hit, so that we can figure out how they're supposed to rotate. So see, that is the middle part of this
There are
one.
some carved symbols.
All right. Is there anywhere where we can hit some of these? See, yeah, looks like there's some stuff up there. Hello, what's down there? What happens if we take this and we say, hit that one? Does that do us any good whatsoever?
it isn't working.
Wait, maybe if we come in here, what happens if we come up here? And we say, okay, we have that symbol, right? But
Look, Evangeline. I can rotate the shapes using these controls.
there. So that's... That's the symbol for the elevator. So the elevator should, in theory, be working now. Because basically we're telling it, hey, send the black ooze to the elevator.
Nope, it isn't working.
All right, let's go back and send the light down to that.
Nope, it isn't working.
Okay, so this has a very limited rotational point. Let's try sending the light to that one. To that same spot that where we...
Nope, it isn't working.
Wait, we didn't hit the confirmation button. We did not hit the confirmation button down here. That might be, we may need to do the validation button. Basically saying, hey, this is where we want you to send it. Do you have something with this symbol? Can you send it through to that area?
I think I've got it. Sort of.
All right, so now the elevator is getting power. Yes. Okay. Now we are cooking.
It wasn't the first time Harry had stepped onto a stone platform lifted by black ooze, and it still unsettled him.
All right, so we need, we're gonna need to try and hit that. So we come down here, we hit you. maybe that black dot is giving us a place to shoot for. And basically saying, hey, when this platform is up, it'll be hitting that ball. Yes. So, okay. And the first and third should also be at 90-degree angles, but with the first 90 degrees rotate. Okay. All right. So that'll give us a second symbol. We still need more. We still need a door with 2 symbols. All right. Aha. So now, if we say, release this one now, so, okay, we need to flip you around like this. Yes. And we say confirm.
All right.
That'll open that door.
That one was tricky.
Nah, it wasn't that bad. So we're kind of stacking the rotations around. And this is down here. Okay. So now we could need to go back up here, back up that ladder and say, hey, shine down. All right. And that'll tell us how to make the last one move compared to the fourth one. That'll tell us how to move the fourth one compared to the third. Okay, so it should be at the exact same position. So when the third one goes by, we want to release the fourth ball. All right. And there. There we go. Okay. So now we say you around like that. And you need to be around like this. This last one needs to be kind of... Okay, so we need to... No, okay, it's not quite spaced up right. There we go. That looks right.
Yes, I opened it.
See,
The
the
door's
old man
opening.
can.
Let's move ahead.
The old man can do some
Any
shit.
sign of those polyps, Evangeline?
Not that I can see.
There was no sign of the polyps, true. But there was no sign of Bowen either.
Good lord, what happened here?
Looks like they ran into those smoke things. Poor bastards.
The shadow on the left belonged to Howard Carmichael III, playboy, athlete, and heir to Carmichael Industries. One black polyp was enough to obliterate him in seconds.
Aw, poor baby.
Are they all dead?
The shadow on the right was the astronomer Larry Monroe, who didn't even realize that while Carmichael was being attacked, another polyp was about to swallow him. He didn't even have time to scream.
How do you know? No, like seriously, how do you know?
Well, there's one of those cultists dead on the ground.
Bowen and Stahl had a last-minute argument over how the mind-swapping machine should be used. It didn't end well, especially for Stahl, whose dream of a 1,000-year Reich died right there with him.
Yeah, not gonna cry over his dumbass. Alright, so let's keep on going down then.
Look at this architecture. Does it look familiar to you?
Professor, this looks like the archives. The great library from my memories, but back then it was full of life. This place is in ruins.
Makes sense, Evangeline. Millions of years have passed since you were here.
I mean, unless that's part of her connection with these aliens, enabled her to, you know, there's like a shared memory or
This
something.
is breathtaking.
If this is the place where I was millions of years ago, the mind-swapping device must be at the top of that basalt tower.
Yep, and there just happens to be a little golden pathway.
What is this thing? Looks like a ray of light.
You don't want to share the information you have about that?
Whoa, whoa!
Those are
Polyps
smoke monsters.
gathering over there.
What's going on? What are they trying to do?
I don't know what drives those creatures. I don't understand what they do, or why they do it.
Professor, do you hear some kind of chanting?
Yes, and I believe I recognize the one chanting. I don't like this.
Wabanyet nichernka rekyet ntepe kara sehedet wejaresaha reter hermaat her tenefudejet nejer keper
Bowen, stop right there!
Everhart, what are you doing here? How did
I
you...
took the number 3 bus to Nakotas. Now get out of there, you idiot!
Don't even think about it, Professor. Not when I'm this close. The Bowens have spent generations searching for the knowledge we were promised. Oh, yes. Nalathotep, herald of the almighty Azathoth.
Cultist ranting always sounds ridiculous, especially when they spout their nonsense out loud.
Enough of this. I'll drag you out of there by your heels if I have to.
Do not come any closer. I'm warning you.
Of course, things change when cultists are armed.
Listen to me, Bowen. I know the great race of Yith. They've spoken to me, and you know it. Look around you. Those black polyps wiped out your entire cult. And you're next. You have nothing to gain, do you hear me?
I've convinced him, Evie thought. I actually convinced that stubborn old fool. I can't believe it.
You think you're gonna stop me with your empty talk, girl? I don't have time for your foolishness. The Black Pharaoh awaits.
Ugh, figures, Evie thought. And when Bowen powered up the mind-swapping device, she realized she'd have to do something, and fast.
Professor, if he activates the mind-swapping device, we're finished!
Harry was out of time. He had to make a decision.
Nope, I'm gonna take her place.
Harry remembered Dr. West's words. Evangeline has to sacrifice herself, Professor. It's the only way to stop Bowen and preserve the space-time continuum. But he didn't give a rat's ass what Dr. West had to say. Harry wasn't going to let Frank Drayton's daughter meet the same fate as her father. There had to be another way.
Professor? Professor!
I'm sorry, kid. I'm really sorry. For everything.
Harry!
And as she screamed, Evie watched the stubborn old grouchy archaeology professor sacrifice his life to save hers, and all of humanity. Harry found himself in the ooze pool, completely covered in the substance he feared most. He knew this was his death sentence, but at least he was going to make sure Caleb didn't swap his mind with anyone.
Are you out of your mind, Everhart? Haven't you seen what that liquid does to humans?
I know it better than you do, you kook.
No, don't touch that. You'll interrupt the transfer process. You... No, no, no! Oh no, oh no. Not the ice.
And so, on November 6th, 1957, in that basalt tower of the city that millions of years earlier had been Nikotis, my husband, Harry Everhart, was consumed by the black ooze.
Now the question is, did we make the right choice? Because I really don't trust... I didn't trust Dr. West.
Upon waking in that infinite ocean of blackness, Harry thought that he had died. Well, I hope it was worth something at least, he thought. He was waiting to see the light at the end of the tunnel when a voice surprised him. One he recognized instantly. My voice. Harry?
Nora?
I'm so glad to see you, my dear old pal.
Nora? Nora!
My God, her voice is loud.
Am I dreaming?
No, you're not dreaming.
Then I'm dead, right?
No, you're not dead either.
I don't understand, Nora. Everything is so confusing.
Easy, Harry. We've got plenty of time. Ask whatever you need to ask.
Where am I? Where are we? What is this place?
This, Harry, is the Ichor, a place beyond time and space. And now you're connected.
Connected to whom? To you?
To the Elder God. Both of us are.
What or who is this Elder God?
It's hard to provide a simple answer to such a complicated question, Harry. The Elder God has gone by many names throughout the ages. Amaterasu, Sarens, Kor Yithar, Kailamanu. His judgment is inscrutable, at times even incomprehensible. And in some way, those of us who are part of him are connected, beyond time and space. I don't know, Harry. Maybe the Elder God is simply God.
Who is, or was, Dr. West? Is it you?
No, Harry. I'm just a humble art teacher from Newburyport. Don't worry. Dr. West will be waiting for you when you wake up.
What does the Elder God want?
To offer you its gratitude. It's what I've been trying to tell you ever since you and I parted ways.
The shadows. That was you?
Exactly. But it isn't easy to communicate with someone outside the Ichor. And I'll admit, an oily shadow probably wasn't the sight you were hoping for.
And why is the Elder God grateful to me?
First, because you reunited him with his lost daughter, Hacha Folgoffen. But besides that, you've helped with something far more important.
What?
The Yithians sustained their energy by channeling the Black Ichor. The Ichor is the essence of the Elder God. That process caused him immense pain and suffering, but you've put an end to it. You've given the great race another way to transfer their consciousness. And now they live beyond time and space, connected to the Elder God.
I think we did
Nora,
good.
I haven't done anything beyond stopping that kook Bowen.
But you will. And at the same time, you've already done it.
Nora, I don't think I follow.
Harry, it takes a while to understand what beyond time and space means. But you will, my love. Believe me.
How is it possible that I didn't die? I'm covered in that black ooze.
The blood of the Elder God does not harm those who are connected to him. That's why it didn't harm me on the island. That's why you sent me there, remember? To be who I really was? Now he can't, and won't, hurt you either. Because connected to him is someone who loves you and protects you. And that's me, Harry.
That means I can't stay here with you, can I?
Harry, you're already here with me, my love. We've been together for all eternity.
What?
But you need to go back to your time now. There's a life waiting for you, an important task you have to carry out, and people who depend on you. Evie will need your help, and you'll only be able to help her if you live a whole life. Will you promise me that?
Yes, I promise.
And one more thing. Tell Evie Papa is waiting for her at the Benoit house with the whole family. She'll know what it means.
I'll tell her.
I guess this is goodbye, old pal. For now.
I love you so much, Nora. I'm going to miss you terribly.
Don't be sad, Harry. It's only a matter of time. A matter of time and space. And remember, I love you too, Harry.
Harry, can you hear me?
Oh no.
You did it, Professor. You saved us all.
Don't come any closer, Evangeline. I'm covered in...
Do not worry. She is also connected to the Ichor, Professor Everhart.
Harry couldn't believe his eyes. That was Caleb Bowen in that ridiculous Egyptian costume. Somehow he had survived the consciousness transfer.
Bowen? No. What is he doing here?
No, Professor, it's not what it looks like. It's...
My race is deeply grateful to you both.
Harry understood at once who was now occupying Caleb Bowen's body.
The loop is in the process of closure. That is optimal. But we must continue working.
Process of closure? What are you talking about?
Do not worry. What comes next will be far easier. We only need to follow the plan you and I laid out the first time you contacted me. Dr. West.
Okay. So Evie is Dr. West. She is going to get married at some future point, and her last name is going to change to West. But it sounds like we did the right thing by charging in, so that it's starting to close the loop, and that's oh yeah, that was a hell of a. Okay, so Professor Harrison retires. I've been looking at the stuff that's been going by, but yeah. So yeah, and then Evie goes on to Dr. Evangeline West, selected for the Apollo space program. Caleb Bowen donates building to NASA. To my friend Evangeline West, who was always... I can't read that. So then she creates Project Archive, which is, yes, using that to kind of go back and keep track of everything, along with the new Bowen, which is actually the alien consciousness, and then they create that mind transfer machine and make it work. Now, I do wonder what happens.
We've never talked about it, but when the moment comes and I make the mind transfer, don't you think it would be easier if...
If you explain to my 1957 self who you are and what's going to happen in the future?
Yes.
What if something goes wrong with the loop because of that change? Wouldn't it break the space-time continuum?
Well, I'm not sure. I just wanted to spare you that unnecessary distress and...
I'll handle it, Evie. You know it. It's already happened. Better not to take any risks.
I guess you're right, Harry. And as you say, if we're still here, it's because it already happened.
But you warned him that he needed to let her sacrifice herself. So he dies at 89. So he does make it to his 80s. So I do wonder if we can just continue, and if we hit continue, do we go back
Harry Everhart
to
died at 12:30 on May 6, 1983. Days later, Dr. Evangeline West took his ashes to the Atlantic coast.
Well, Harry, there we are. I just wanted to thank you for everything you did. You were a grumpy and stubborn old man, and honestly a very difficult person to deal with at times, but I'm no good at this. I promised I'd bring your ashes to the sea, so goodbye, Professor Everhart. Thank you for everything.
Before she turned away, Evie thought she saw something move in the depths of the sea. She felt as if she had finally brought together two souls that had been separated for a very long time. But it was probably just her imagination.
So yeah, we did get the we did get the achievement, close the loop. So what happens if we say continue? All right,
What is
so
this
it's
thing? Looks like a ray of light.
so yeah. I want to know what happens if we send Evie in.
The polyps are gathering over there.
What's going on? What are they trying to do?
I don't know what drives those creatures. I don't understand what they do, or why they do it.
So if we follow Dr. West's...
Professor, do you hear some kind of Chanting?
Yes. And I believe I recognize the one chanting. I don't like this.
Wabanyet Nijernka Rekyet Ntepe Karasehedet Wejaresaha
Bowen, stop right
there! Everhart, what are you doing here? How did
I
you...
took the number 3 bus to Nakotas. Now get out of there, you idiot!
Don't even think about it, Professor. Not when I'm this close. The Bowens have spent generations searching for the knowledge we were promised. Oh, yes. Nalathotep, herald of the almighty Azathoth.
Cultist ranting always sounds ridiculous, especially when they spout their nonsense.
Enough of this. I'll drag you out of there by your heels if I have to.
Of course,
Listen to me, Bowen. Look around you.
I've convinced him. Ugh. And when Bowen powered up the mind-swapping device, she realized she'd have to do something, and fast.
Professor, if he activates the mind-swapping device, we're finished!
Harry was out of time. He had to make a decision.
We'll let her sacrifice herself and see what happens if we follow Dr.
Harry
West.
remembered Dr. West's words. Evangeline has to sacrifice herself, Professor. It's the only way to stop Bowen and preserve the space-time continuum. Dr. West had to know what he was talking about. After all, he came from the future. He'd been in touch with the Yithian. He knew what would happen if Harry didn't follow his instructions.
Darn it!
Well, the
I
loop
have to stop
continues
him.
around.
You stay here!
Harry had learned that sometimes you had to make painful sacrifices. And this was certainly one of them.
I'm sorry, kid. I'm really sorry.
And without another word, Harry watched the stubborn Miskatonic physics student Evangeline Drayton sacrifice her life to save him and all of humanity. Evie found herself in the ooze pool, completely covered in the substance she feared most. She knew it was her death sentence, but at least she was going to make sure Caleb didn't swap his mind with anyone.
Damn brat! What do you think you're doing?
Shut your mouth, you weasel!
No, don't touch that. You'll interrupt the transfer process. You... No, no, no! Oh no, oh no. Not the ice.
And so, on November 6th, 1957, in that basalt tower of the city that millions of years earlier had been Nakotas, Evangeline Claire Drayton was consumed by black ooze.
So we completed the circle before. What if we break the circle and say, "Hey, we're not letting it keep going through this cycle." Instead of Nora, does she hear her father?
Upon waking in that infinite ocean of blackness, Evie thought that she had died. Well, I hope it was worth something at least, she thought. She was waiting to see the light at the end of the tunnel when a voice surprised her. One she recognized instantly. Her father's voice.
Hey, Jitterbug.
Papa?
How's everything going, sweetie?
What is this? Am I dreaming?
No.
Then, am I dead?
No, Evie? No, you're not dead. And neither am I. Well, not exactly.
I don't understand anything, Papa. I have so many questions.
Yeah, I know. Easy, sweetheart. We have all the time in the world.
What is this place? Where are we?
Well, this is the I-Core, kid. The core of the Elder God.
The Elder God? What is that?
Let's see, I don't know how to explain it. You know, I've never been too good with words, Evie. I know he had many names through the ages, but
Yep,
to me,
that's what I
it's
figured
simply
too.
the Elder God. His acts are hard to understand sometimes, but in his way, he connects us all beyond time and space. Yeah, but these are just, words. And words do not do him justice.
Frank didn't know how to put it into words, but he thought that maybe the Elder God was simply God.
And what does that Elder God want from me?
To offer you his gratitude.
Gratitude? For what?
You've contributed something really important, Evie. The Yithians sustain their energy by channeling the Black Ichor. That's the essence of the Elder God. And that process caused him immense pain and suffering. But you've put an end to it. You've given the great race another way to transfer their consciousness. And now, they live beyond time and space, connected to the Elder God.
But Papa, I haven't done anything. Except stopping Bowen.
Maybe not in your time. Not yet.
What? I don't understand.
But you will. Believe me.
I'm covered in that black ooze. Shouldn't I be dead?
No. No, his blood doesn't affect those who are connected to him. I died, somehow, on the island, but I came into contact with the Black Ichor, with his blood. That's why I'm here. And that's why he couldn't harm you even if he wanted to, because someone connected to him loves you and protects you. That's me, Jitterbug.
Who is Dr. West? Is it you?
Me?
Yes,
A
you did.
doctor? Honey, I'm just a mechanic from Benoit.
Then who is it? Do you know?
Oh, you'll have the answer to that when you wake up, Evie.
That means I can't stay here with you, right?
Oh, Jitterbug. You're already here with me. Our whole family is, even my grandson.
What grandsons?
You need to go back to your time now. There's a life waiting for you. An important task you have to carry out, and people are depending on you. Harry is going to need your help. You promise me you'll help him?
Yes, I promise.
Good. Oh, and one more thing. Tell him his wife is waiting for him in Englewood. Don't worry, he'll understand.
I will.
Well, I guess this is goodbye, Jitterbug.
So no matter what, both
For
of them
now.
are eventually
I love
going
you
to
so
join
much,
with the
Papa.
Black
I'm going to
Ichor
miss you terribly.
and
Well, it's
join with
only
the
a
Elder
matter of
God.
time. A matter of time and space. And remember, I love you very much, Evangeline.
So no matter which one goes in there,
Evangeline?
it happens all the
Evangeline?
time.
Can you hear me?
Now we get the always trust the doctor. But yeah, so no matter what, they continue on. They create
did
the
it,
mind
Evangeline.
transfer device that doesn't
You
use Black
saved us all.
Ichor,
Don't come any closer, Professor.
which saves
I'm
the Elder
covered
Do
in-
God.
not worry. He is also connected to the Ichor, Evie.
Evangeline couldn't believe her eyes. That was Caleb Bowen in that ridiculous Egyptian costume. Somehow he had survived the consciousness transfer.
Bowen, no. What is he doing here?
No, Evangeline. It's not what it looks like. It's...
My race is deeply grateful to you both.
Evie understood at once who was now occupying Caleb Bowen's body.
The loop is in the process of closure. That is optimal. But we must continue working.
Process of closure? What are you talking about?
Do not worry. What comes next will be far easier. We only need to follow the plan you and I laid out the first time you contacted me. Dr. West.
Yeah. So and that may have changed. That might have changed depending on whether Evie forgave him or not and stuff like that. But it is good to know that no matter what, it's like, yeah, they continue on. She graduates graduates summa cum laude. She marries a Herbert West Jr. Okay, and then, yeah, Everhart retires. So, yeah, no matter what, they continue on. They create the mind transfer device that doesn't rely on black ichor, thereby, easing the pain and suffering of the Elder God. The Yithians can use that to connect with the Elder God. Everybody basically lives a much happier life. So it really doesn't matter who takes their place as far as how things play out. They're going to play out the same no matter what, because it takes all three of them. It takes the Ithian, it takes Dr. Everhart, and then it takes Dr. Evangeline West. So, yeah, she did go back she mind transferred to her old self and was like, hey, you got to let the kid go in, because at least in the first loop, that was what she remembered happening. Now, if it changes, if Everhart takes her place, it doesn't really change anything. But she doesn't know that. She thinks it has to be her. That's why she tells him,
Harry,
as Dr. West,
we've never talked about it, but
just
when
go
the
in.
moment comes,
Let me go in.
I make the mind transfer. Don't you think it would be easier if...
If you explain to my 1957 self who you are and what's going to happen in the future?
Yes.
What if something goes wrong with the loop because of that change? Wouldn't it break the space-time continuum?
Well, I'm not sure. I just wanted to spare you that unnecessary distress, and...
I'll handle it, Evie. You know it. It's already happened. Better not to take any risks.
I guess you're right, Harry. And as you say, if we're still here, it's because it already happened.
So, yeah, it's the space-time continuum isn't going to break either way. Evie just thinks that it will because she remembers everything going a very specific way, and that's the way she thinks it has to happen. But really, time is a bit more flexible than they think.
Harry Everhart died at 12:30 on May 6, 1983. Days later, Dr. Evangeline West took his ashes to the Atlantic coast.
Bowen doesn't just get stopped. He gets locked in the alien body secured in the ice.
I just wanted to thank you for everything you did. You were a grumpy and stubborn old man, and honestly a very difficult person to deal with at times, but I'm no good at this. I promised I'd bring your ashes to the sea, so... Goodbye, Professor Everhart. Thank you for everything.
Before she turned away, Evie thought she saw something move in the depths of the sea. She felt as if she had finally brought together two souls that had been separated for a very long time. But it was probably just her imagination.
So yeah, that's, it's kind of an interesting thing that they're just like, hey, whichever choice you go with, time's going to fix itself, because Evie thinks, well, she has a connection with the Black Ichor. She doesn't realize that Everhart does as well. Everhart doesn't trust Dr. West and all that good fun stuff. But yeah, so either way, the Elder God is healed because nobody's using the Black Ichor anymore, and things are saved there. Bowen is now locked basically in an immortal body, secluded in, buried in, in that ice, which is, justice. But yeah, so that's the end of Call of the Elder Gods. So Monday we're going to be starting something new. I'm not entirely sure what. I'm thinking I haven't tried playing We Happy Few in a long time. And that was kind of a quirky, fun little game too. Dark, it is definitely dark. But yeah, maybe we'll go with that. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's the end of this for now. So as always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, consider prodding that subscribe button. Don't forget, the top link in the description down below will take you to our fourth wall page where we have all kinds of merch like our Outer Worlds inspired t-shirts, our South Park inspired mugs, and much more. If you want to be kept up to date of when we go live, you can ring the bell, but also check out the social media links down below because YouTube isn't great about notifying you guys of when I go live. That's everything from the Facebook page all the way to the permanent invite for the Discord server where I make sure to notify you guys of when I go live. For example, in just under 2 hours, we're going to be back with more Power Wash Simulator 2, doing the Caldera Chronicles of the Bowling Alley. And then we're not going to be back again until Saturday at midnight for more Escape Memoirs. All that so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. Cheerio!